Also, something to note is my bag got here pretty much the same time I did this afternoon. I don't know how it got on board so quick, but there she is. Hi friends, Future Travis here. I am in my office working on the episode that you're about to, or you're currently watching. But I was noticing that I didn't really do a whole lot to set up the beginning of this episode. I actually was coming off of another cruise and then moving into, the couple of days in New York before boarding Meraviglia. So this is the official me setting up that vlog. I got into the hotel early thanks to Marriott and the fact that I have, Bonvoy, whatever status with them. Not really any status, I'm like their lowest level, but it was enough to get me in early. And then Carlos flew in that day and met me in the afternoon, and we decided to go grab some lunch. We went to this cool Irish pub place that I don't remember the name of, but was amazing. The bartenders there were great, and I had a chicken pot pie and a few beers, and Carlos had a couple of drinks as well. And then we made our way back to the hotel to call it a night and spent the entire next day exploring New York and all of that. Went to bed the next night, and then it was time for me to get over to Meraviglia to board. So that's sort of the setup here, and so I hope you all enjoy the rest of today's vlog. So we're at this awesome New York Irish pub, but the problem is, let me flip the camera. This is me standing, normal height. I have to duck to get down here into the dungeon that is the restrooms. Good morning, friends. It is cruise day, MSC Meraviglia out of New York City. I've been on this ship a few times already, but, never out of New York. And let's see where we're going. We're going to Florida and the Bahamas, all ports I've been to, but I get to go to Ocean Key, which, as you know, is one of my favorites. And because we're stopping in Orlando as a port of call, I've arranged transfer service to Disney World so that I can go to Epcot's International Festival of the Arts, aka FARTS. So, yeah, it'll be a good trip. I'm excited about this one. I'm currently in New York City. Carlos spent a few days with me. Say hi, he's back there.
Oh, hi.
But he's not going on the cruise with me because he's got to go back to work. But we have a cruise together in like 2.5 months. What is it? The end of April? Yeah, so he'll be on board soon. And yeah. But right now we gotta check out of the hotel. Then I gotta get on a subway and go down to downtown. And then I'm gonna catch a ferry across and, get on the ship over there at Red Hook or whatever it is. That may sound like an insanely, long way to go about this. But public transportation in New York is kind of part of the thing, part of the process. And it is literally gonna cost me $10 or less to get there this way versus a $70 Uber. So yeah, it's gonna take a little longer, and I'm gonna have luggage on the different modes of transportation and whatever, but it's part of the experience, right? So yeah, I guess that's it for now. We're gonna go do stuff. So ready, set, go. We'll talk soon. After that, we made our way down to the lobby to check out, and Carlos caught an Uber to the airport. Our hotel was on 34th Street, which was very conveniently located to one of the main subway terminals in Manhattan. From there, you can catch almost every single line, and so I got on the correct one. If you pull up the subway map, it's pretty easy to know which one to get on based on where you're trying to go. And for a lot of places, there's more than one option, so you just pick whichever one comes first. If you're coming to New York to board Meraviglia and you want to avoid the subway, I would suggest staying in the financial district near the World Trade Center, because from there it's only a few blocks to the ferry terminal, and you can walk over there with your luggage and get on board the ferry across to Brooklyn. And they're very much expecting cruise ship passengers, so everybody has luggage. It's not a big deal. And I think the ticket was only like $4 or $5, so it's super easy. And that drops you off literally right next to the ship, so you just exit the ferry and walk right into the cruise ship terminal. I dropped my luggage with the porter and made my way inside. Embarkation was quick and smooth, and before I knew it, I was making my way up the gangway and entering the ship. I hadn't had breakfast yet, so I was pretty hungry at this point, so I immediately made my way up to the buffet. And they had this welcome on board cake for us, which I thought was a super nice gesture, and it looked really pretty. MSC's buffet food can be kind of hit or miss, but I always find things that I enjoy there, and I got a nice seat next to the window. I also followed up lunch with a nice scoop of ice cream, which is free, including the sprinkles, and that's available pretty much every day. And while I was eating that, they made the announcement that the rooms were ready, so I made my way to my room on deck 10. Alright y'all, so I have made it on board. We're about to do the muster drill right now. I'm in a studio room, so I don't know if you can tell, this is not a large bed. It's bigger than a twin, but I think, maybe not, I don't know. It seems wider than a twin, but certainly not by much. I also have this cool little screen behind me, which is supposed to kind of look like a window, but it's set to nighttime right now. I think there are some settings maybe for that, because it's definitely not at night at the moment. But it would be cool if I could put like the ship camera or something up there. Maybe I'll experiment with that. Anyway, all right, so the safety drill is a little bit delayed for some reason. So I'm gonna go ahead and unpack. Also, something to note is my bag got here pretty much the same time I did this afternoon. I don't know how it got on board so quick, but there she is. So yeah, I don't know. I guess this concludes this vlog for today. I usually split up the first day because of all of the, pre-board stuff and all of that. So next up for me will be the sail away party, which will be the beginning of the next episode. So stay tuned for that.
If you see someone fall overboard, throw them a life buoy. Keep them in view at all times. Shout "man overboard" and specify whether they're on the left or right side of the ship when facing forward. Keep shouting until a crew member is notified.
I want to thank you all so much for traveling with me. Be sure to like, comment, share, subscribe, all those fun things. We'll talk soon, and y'all have a good night.